Welcome to ATP Customs. Well, today we got another project to go and save for a customer. We're going to get another import. We got a turbo import coming in today. So what's in the trailer today? Look at that thing. This thing has a ton of mods on it. And it's running like crap, so we're going to pull it out and we'll give you the story on this thing. Let's get it out of the trailer. So there you go. We have another import in our shop. I had no idea I was going to start getting so many imports in. We've always just been working on Mustangs and 4x4s and a few muscle cars. And now we're getting imports like crazy, it seems. And this thing is cool. Apparently, this car is a very well-known, I think it's a 95 Mazda Presidia. And almost everything on this car is customized. It has the V6, it has a turbo blow-off valve setup that we have not actually dove into. It's got a crazy body kit that has been damaged. What else we got? The hood's all pearl. Yeah, it's got some cracks in it. This car has been sitting around. It was built by I have no idea who. They did a ton of work. What kind of wheels we got? MotoG Racing. I can't even see what size they are. It has all, I haven't got the trunk open yet, but it has all Soundstream subs in it, 12-inch in the back. It has an exhaust system on it. It has all custom dash. And the gentleman who picked this thing up is a friend of mine. Him and I wheel and deal cars regularly. And he just wants to drive this thing. The problem is that computer in the dash right there, they don't make that computer anymore, so we're going to have to do some digging. It is not hooked up. And soon you can start the car. As soon as you touch the throttle and try to accelerate, it goes into limp mode. So it's running like crap, and it'll barely pull itself into the trailer. And Mr. White gets to do some Googling and figure out what the heck's going on with this thing. So we have another challenge. That seems to be a common theme in our shop this year. This car's been to multiple shops and nobody could figure it out. So we're going to have a go at it, see if we can help them out and get this thing running. Round Scraping Customs. We Googled that company and apparently it's non-existent on the internet. We have a ton of fiberglass work. I believe those are all ports there. And everything is cracked, so obviously this thing makes a ton of bass. And the stereo's not working either, so of course we got to have a go at that, see if we can figure that out. What a crazy little car. I've never seen one up close like this or in my shop. That's going to be fun to work on. Let's get busy. All right, we're making good progress on this thing already. We've found and solved a ton of little issues. The spark plugs in it were just garbage. They were black as black can be. There's multiple plug wires that don't match. We have some black ones, it's a blue one. So I've ordered in new plugs and wires, but we did pull out all the plugs, cleaned them all, and got the computer hooked up. At first, when we had the computer hooked up, you would start it and it just wouldn't run, it wouldn't rev up, it would just die on you immediately. So we realized the fuel in it was not that great, so we unhooked the fuel line that's coming right off of the fuel rail so that we could just turn the fuel pump on and drain the tank and run it into another tank and get all that crap out, and it was really brown and ugly. So as soon as we did that, it actually started improving just by cleaning the plugs, getting rid of all the crappy fuel. So now it will rev up And I don't think it's going to be as bad as everybody thought. Why nobody could figure this out at other shops is beyond me, because, you know, a tune-up would be the right thing to do first. So we're making good progress. It's got automatic door locks. They've all been shaved and they weren't working, but we've got that figured out. There's a little switch under here. Actually needs bigger wiring for it. Mr. White loves diagnosing this kind of stuff, so he's been at it all day and doing a wonderful job solving all these little problems. And now he's moved on to the stereo, so we can hopefully hear those 412s. The customer just dropped off 2 monster amps. We're going to try and have all that running tomorrow. It has, I don't know if you can see it, there is just a wiring disaster behind that seat. But that's okay, we'll get it all solved. Having fun doing it. It now revs up, you can hear the blow-off valve, so it's working out. We're getting there. This is one of the big amplifiers that came with this car, just so you can see how big it is. It's definitely a monster amp, and there's 2 of them. Dimension Mobile Acoustic Amplifiers, a brand I've never heard of. So hopefully we're going to have that thing done by the weekend, and possibly this entire car. I wasn't sure how long this thing was going to be here, but by Friday we should have this one out of here. And we are still waiting for the windshield guy to get here to do this. He's a little delayed, but the bends and that should be out of here by the weekend. And we're going to be starting on something on this. It begins. I have a new fuel tank. I have the fuel sending unit. I have the fuel pump, and I have an Edelbrock 750 to throw on it. All I need is the fuel lines. And this thing will no longer be propane. And then next week we will have Doug, our friend who does all the tuning, and he is an absolute machine when it comes to tuning horsepower. He's going to come and see how much he can squeeze out of this thing and make this thing a little better. And then maybe we can take this thing outside and put it up against Mitch's electric tricycle that I was supposed to race in the last year, and have had multiple issues with this thing. Every time we were going to do it, my Jimmy would break down, usually a starter issue of some kind. And then when I was finally running good, he blew the rear end out of his electric bike. But it's all fixed now, and this thing will be ready after the weekend. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to driving this thing on gasoline and see what the difference is between propane and gas. So you get kind of a weekly report in this video as well. But thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe.